How does your lactate threshold impact running pace for different distances? Imagine running a race where you feel like you're just cruising along, but your body is quietly working harder than it needs to. That's often the effect of your lactate threshold. The lactate threshold is the point where your body starts producing lactate faster than it can clear it out of your blood. This buildup causes fatigue and makes you slow down. It's a key factor in how fast you can run over different distances. When you train to raise this threshold, you can run faster without hitting that fatigue point too soon. Think about it like a speed limit for your body. For most runners, this limit is close to their 10-kilometer or half-marathon race pace. If you run just below this limit, your body can handle the lactate without it overwhelming you. That's why marathon pace is usually just under your lactate threshold. It allows you to keep a steady effort for a long time without feeling like you're about to hit the wall. For a half marathon, your pace might be right at or slightly above this threshold because the race is shorter, and your body can tolerate some lactate buildup. When it comes to the 10-kilometer race, your pace is often faster than your lactate threshold. You're pushing hard, but the race is short enough that your body can keep up with the lactate production. For 5-kilometer races and shorter sprints, you're well above this threshold. Your muscles relying more on anaerobic energy, which produces lactate quickly. You're operating at a pace that causes rapid lactate buildup, but since these races are brief, fatigue doesn't set in as fast. Knowing your lactate threshold helps you plan your training better. Running at or just below this pace, called threshold runs or tempo runs, makes your body better at clearing lactate. This means you can run faster for longer in races. If your threshold pace is 7 minutes per mile, you might aim for a marathon pace of about 7 minutes 10 seconds to 7 minutes 15 seconds per mile. For a half marathon, it could be around 6 minutes 55 seconds to 7 minutes 5 seconds per mile. And for 10 kilometers, maybe 6 minutes 40 seconds to 6 minutes 50 seconds per mile. To find your lactate threshold, you can do a lab test with blood samples during a graded exercise test. Or you can do a field test like a 30-minute time trial and take the average pace and heart rate from the last 20 minutes. Many runners discover their threshold pace falls between their 10-kilometer and half-marathon race paces. For sprinters and short-distance runners, the story is different. They operate for above their lactate threshold. Their races are over before lactate buildup becomes a problem. Their training focuses more on speed and power, but they still benefit from some aerobic work to help with recovery. In summary, your lactate threshold sets the limit for how fast you can run endurance races without fatiguing too early. Improving this threshold through specific training allows you to run faster overall distances. When you plan your pacing, keep in mind how your lactate threshold relates to each race distance. It's a simple but powerful way to boost your performance and enjoy running even more.